what it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
All right, man, it's boxing time. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And to this point, I hadn't made up which version of this boxing video is about to be. I got 3 topics, but let's just talk about what I heard about Mikey and Manny Pacquiao. I heard that they still working, but it's expected that they will finalize and reach a deal pretty soon. I heard that the Fox schedule could have been released by Friday, but I heard that they are working on some big things with Fox coming back. I heard the Fox schedule was supposed to be better than the Showtime schedule, and I think the Showtime schedule exceeded most people's expectations, and I've changed my opinion on buying a pay-per-view. I think I'm leaning towards buying the Charlo pay-per-view. But a lot of people get angry and mad because I have an opinion. You know what I'm saying? You know, especially when it's about a non-black fighter, you get, oh, you don't like the Mexican. But I'll get into that. I'll talk about Virgil Ortiz in another video. But what you got to understand is, I'm not like the rest of these dudes. I'm not going to hold a grudge against a fighter because it's something personal or what happened. If you put on a good product, I will support it financially. You know, and they putting on, PBC and Showtime is putting on a great product September 26th, with the Charlo double hitter card. One in the afternoon with 3 undercards, and the other in the nighttime with 3 under. That's fantastic. That's phenomenal. And I gotta respect it because they in 2 really, really good fucking fights. I respect it. But all you hear is people saying, oh, he said this and that negative about PBC. But you don't hear when I say the positive things about Premier Boxing Champions. I've said plenty positive, but that's just the name of the game. People want to pick and choose when they want to, you know, have selective outrage. It makes me no difference. As long as you listen, as long as you follow, as long as you subscribe, as long as you comment, thumbs down the video, I give a fuck less. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no validation from, you know, these motherfuckers who don't even have their picture in the profile, or validation from YouTube channels who scared to show their face. I don't need the validation. I don't need the validation from the boxers. My validation is me. I validate myself. I don't need no validation and no motherfucking verified blue check mark. If I'm happy with the quality of work I'm putting out, that's it. I'm happy with it. But to the point, Mikey and Manny has been in the talks. I mean, it's been talks that Top Rank might have a fight, try to get the fight last September. It's been talks that the DAZN was gonna get the fight, but financially, I think the DAZN kind of fell off. You know, I think they fell off financially, and they just didn't have the money to accommodate Mikey and Manny. So Al Heyman somehow found the money to scrape up, or just to get the money up to have this fight. Because Mikey was saying that financially, without a crowd, that the fight wasn't gonna be doable. He just said that on what, Fight Hype with old girl. He said that. Al Heyman made it worth his while, so now, excuse me, so now Fox and Al Heyman have made it possible. And that just make you think, like, they can make a lot of more fights possible, but they only do it when it's a Mexican involved, you know, or a star like Pacquiao involved. But they never gonna do that and scrape up the money for 2 black fighters. Not for real. And that's a narrative that boxing is creating that I just don't like. They'll find the money for the other versus the brother, or the other versus the other, but they ain't gonna find no money into two brothers fighting. I'll tell you that right now. All of a sudden, it don't make no sense. Even if they continue to lose money versus Wilder and Fury, and the Errol Spence's fighting Mikey Garcia, they lost money in all that shit. Or they didn't turn over the profit they wanted to. But as far as for Manny and Mikey, I mean, that's the fight. Once again, nobody fucking asked for it. Nobody asked for this fight. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to see Manny and Pacquiao, Mikey and Manny. You know, I'm like, okay, if Mikey had beat up Earl, or had he fought Earl to a close decision that was disputable, it wasn't even close. And I know Earl was offered, or Pacquiao wanted to fight Earl, but I don't blame Errol Spence, man. He want to fight me now. I'm coming off a car accident. Man, fool, please. But nobody talk about how Pacquiao's the ultimate opportunist. You know what I'm saying? They don't talk about that, but, you know, quite frankly, I definitely won't pay for that fight. Now, it's the movie theater option. It's a 5% option, you know, depending who own the motherfucking undercard, if the movie theater's open back up for it. It's a small percentage option, I do it. If it's a fight that I want to see, it's a small percentage option. I'll go to the movies and pay 20. And 20 ain't nothing. But it's principalities to this, Smokey. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about going to Wilder Fury 3. You know what I'm saying? Get a chance to watch Wilder fight, you know, one more time, or shit. Hopefully it's the rebirth. My fandom is with Wilder. You know what I'm saying? But my boxing knowledge is telling me Fury gonna go upside his head on some George Clinton Funkadelic shit. Oops, upside your head. But once again, I don't know what the data's gonna be. Boy, you better not bite me, Mason in the car. You know what I'm saying? Taking them to a little small play date real quick. But yeah, I don't know what the date gonna be, but I do know Fox is like they're gonna roll out 2 pay-per-views. You know, Earl and Danny, they told me that was done last week or over the weekend. It was long Thursday and Friday. Saturday and Sunday. Saturday was better. Sunday was like the bridge, but they told me that was done. So you gonna have that. I don't know when. I'm thinking like November. Because Earl said he got to, you know, he couldn't start sparring until September. So then now we talk about Manny and Mikey. And also you got to remember that Corona could kind of come into play with some of this shit. The people not thinking like, you know, you think you're going to get all these fights, but somebody might get Corona, somebody might get COVID-19, you know. You don't know. But as far as the fight, on a scale of 1 to 10, my excitement is a 5. I'd be nice to say it's a 5. Because I was kind of encouraged on the power that Mikey displayed versus Jesse Vargas when he did land. But my whole thing is this. Manny Pacquiao, ever since he got stopped by Marquez, he been fighting in the safety first manner. He don't take a lot of them chances that he used to. And he older, he understand that, you know, he ain't invincible. And he can be stopped on the chin. But if he continue to fight like he fight versus Keith Thurman, and minimize the risk and don't take a lot of chances, you know, with a lot of punches. Sometimes he like to jump in and square up with a straight left, and if he just keep it basic and just touch him, move out the way, he dance circles around Mikey Garcia. And I don't want to see Mikey Garcia again. You know, he told me he's seen something versus Errol Spence. He lost a lot of clout with me, but you know what? I give credit where credit is due. He did a damn good job versus Vargas, and he lost a few rounds versus Jesse Vargas as well too. But he did a damn good job when he did land. If he can land on Pacquiao, it'd be interesting. But Mikey don't have bad feet, though. You know, Mikey always in position. You know, Mikey can move around the ring. He can utilize the ring. He can stick and move a little bit. But I think the issue is going to be Pacquiao in and out movement, his feints. His speed is just too much for Mikey Garcia. But if Mikey Garcia can punch with him, which Mikey is a good counter puncher. You know, both Garcias in the welterweight division right now. He's a good counter puncher, Danny and Mikey. But if he can catch Pacquiao slipping, he might can stop him. But my whole thing would be like this. If I'm Robert, you know what I'm saying, I'll be looking to land that $1 million body shot. Early on, I have Manny looking for that straight right, which that 1-2 that Mikey throw pretty good. But I'll be looking to touch that left hook to the body. I'll be looking to touch Manny Pacquiao in the core. That's what I'll be looking for. I'll look for that counter to the body, counter to the solar plex, both hooks on the side. That's what I'll be looking for Mikey Garcia. You know what I'm saying? You might give up some rounds, and every time Pacquiao touch your glove, and it look like he land, but he really don't land. They give him $1 billion credit for that. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, he landed, and it don't even land. So if I'm telling Mikey not gonna come out and just turn into a volume puncher. Mikey is very, very selective with his punches. He punches to land. And that night versus Errol Spence just was more accurate. He had more length, and he touched him more. You know, Errol Spence ain't a guy that's throwing a lot of punches neither. In that fight, Mikey just couldn't get past the stick, so it was a wrap. This fight, they're closer in stature, but the difference between Earl and Manny is more explosive. He might be shorter and stubbier, but he's more explosive, and his foot movement is gone. If he had problems with Errol Spence utilizing the ring, With that footwork, he gonna have hella problems with Pacquiao footwork, and Pacquiao gonna use the angles, and all he gotta do is bait Pacquiao and try to land that one shot. But then again, you don't want to get into you don't really want to fall into the crevice of looking for that one big shot. You know, if I'm him, I'm looking to land. You know, I'm looking to land like some good body work. Boy, if you don't stop, I'm looking stop. If I'm him, I'm looking to land some good body work, and I'm not looking for just a 1-2. I'm looking to come back with the left hook or an uppercut or something. I'm looking to put more than one shot together. Pacquiao know Mikey looking for that 1 or 2 big shot. You might get a third big shot from Mikey Garcia. You know what I'm saying? But he looking for that 1 or 2 big shots, that one big shot for sure. That big 1-2 and that right hand snap. And Pacquiao know that. So if Pacquiao only got to look out for one big shot or look out for the jab to set up the big right hand, Pacquiao he's a smart fighter, very intellectual fighter. You can say what you want to say about him and Mayweather not being the sharpest knives in a drawer, but on fighting IQ, you know what I'm saying? He already know that. So he not gonna let Mikey touch him with that big 1-2. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be in and out, and he gonna just do enough just to win the round. And down the stretch, it's gonna be Mikey trying to land that big shot, and I just don't think it's gonna come. Now Manny can get old overnight. You know what I'm saying? He definitely can get old overnight. But Mikey got explosive hand, but Mikey just lacking in every aspect here. He not the faster fighter for him with the hands. He not the faster fighter with the legs. Intellectually, it's debatable, but Pacquiao got more experience. Pacquiao got more speed. Pacquiao willing to take more chances. Pacquiao gonna throw more volume. I mean, come on, man. Pacquiao is probably a better body puncher. Pacquiao got the better straight hand. Like, it's just like Pacquiao in the runaway. But one thing Mikey do got is he can counter punch, and he got power. And that's how you got to beat, you know, Manny Pacquiao. But if I'm Mikey, utilize the ring. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Mikey willing to walk through that shit Jeff Horn walked through. Utilize the ring. Make Pacquiao come to you. Don't be Keith Thurman. Make Pacquiao. You can frustrate Pacquiao. He can't cut the ring off. Freddie Roach never told him to do that. Walk him. You know, and Pacquiao jump in with some shit. Be prepared to kind of get his speed the first couple rounds. Walk him. Look for that straight left hand or that 1-2 coming in there. Get up under it, hold him, and once you get the speed down, Pac, keep frustrating him. And then when he jump in with that bullshit, hey man, you might have to just throw a straight right without the jab. You know what I'm saying? So my game plan would be with the opposite of Keith Thurman did. Keith Thurman thought he was gonna walk him down like Jeff Horn, but he kept taking half steps and step backs. It didn't work. Do what Shane did, do what Floyd did, utilize the ring. You know what I'm saying? Let the pressure fighters, you know, deal with Pacquiao like that. Let the Jeff Horns and the Madonnas and guys like that. That ain't Keith Thurman's identity at this point in his career. So, personally, I would just tell Mikey, we're going to walk him. We're going to frustrate him with our foot movement. We're going to look to land that big shot when he jump in with some bullshit. But right now, that fight is being finalized, I heard. Could be headed to Fox. We know things with PBC could fall through, but I expected them to announce their schedule. But I think this is one of the fights that's holding it up. So, you definitely can see, you know, I heard Tony Harrison, Clarissa Shields on maybe be on Fox. Caleb Truex, Caleb Plant could be on Fox. So, you got a lot of different possibilities that can happen. But I heard Fox schedule is supposed to be monster. And so, I'm looking forward to it, man. I really is. And, you know, this fight I'm going to watch. I'm not going to sit here and lie. But I don't see buyer's remorse. I don't see only how I see buyer's remorse if I can't find a good stream. I don't see buyer's remorse in this fight, but I do see Pacquiao posse winning. Can I see a late stoppage? Yeah, I could. Can I see Mikey Garcia getting a stoppage? Yeah, I could. This kind of hard. I think Pacquiao should win because I think he's going to dominate Mikey. They've been in the ring before. I think this could be hard to predict because you never know when Father Time gonna creep up and tap Pacquiao on the shoulder, and also you never know, you know, what if, you know, Mikey is huge on testing. He rolled with Victor Conte, so he ain't gonna let Manny Pacquiao slip and not test for 3 or 4 months out. So if they doing testing from 3 or 4 months out, strict testing, and they not gonna sweep shit under the rug, You know, I think a lot of people think Mikey have a chance. If Mikey win this fight, you know, I think this punches his ticket into the Hall of Fame, kind of. You know what I'm saying? What is he, 26, 30, 35, 40, five division champion. You can't ignore that. Big win over old Pacquiao, though. Winning the 5th real belt. I can dig it. So I think this punches his ticket into the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. For Manny, just add on to his resume, just beating up young punks. That's all it is. Adding up to the bank account, adding up to the legacy, doing what most people think he couldn't be done. So, hey, it really makes me no difference in this fight. I was a huge Mikey Garcia fan when he was coming up, but you know, he just much of a cherry picker for me. But I still like him though. Still like what he bringing to the table. But let me know what you guys think. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Check our Boxer Rumor playlist for more videos like this. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, Pacquiao in the description. Appreciate that love. We gone.